Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of the Nigeria Development Podcast Show. So, where everything we discuss here is Nigeria and Nigeria alone from our little corners. So, today we're going to look at this very wonderful topic, a controversial one as well. Can't the black man govern himself? Several schools of thought are beginning to question the ability of the black man to govern himself. This is based on the fact that several years ago, that some European countries came over here, colonized us, gave us some structures to build on. While the British were in Nigeria, they built roads, they built schools, they built infrastructure, they built several things, airports, seaports, they built everything that could allow us take off, though their purpose was just to take our people and goods away. But they left us with all these structures. When they left it, just after independence, they gave us their system of government, the parliamentary system of government, which enabled us to start ruling ourselves. But later along the line, we adopted the presidential system of government. By whatever means, I don't know, something happened or something led to that. But these two systems of government, the parliamentary, the presidential, they all work for all the countries, many other countries. So why is it that 60 years down the line, instead of moving forward, we appear to be going backwards? We now are the country with the highest rate of youth unemployment in Africa. So people are now asking, is there something wrong with the black man that has made it impossible for him to govern himself? So with me on the show today are Dr. Chris Chikere, a Nigerian who works for Robert Goddard University, Scotland, Barrister Nwosu, a Nigerian again, who is a solicitor in England, and Mr. Isidore Onyako, who works in Canada as a systems engineer and has developed a couple of innovative solutions to solve our problems in Nigeria. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Yeah. Dr. Chris, many schools of thought, there are so many schools of thought who are beginning to question the ability of a black man, not only Nigerians, the ability of a black man to govern himself effectively. Do you believe that one of the problems, some of the problems that Nigeria has, that those problems are now related to the inability of the black man to govern himself?
Thank you, Eke. I think that's absolutely I mean, maybe this is not the word to use for people watching, but that's absolutely nonsense. It has nothing to do with the color of the skin. It has so much to do with the capacity of the people. And we have the capacity. We have the people. We have the knowledge. In Nigeria today, there are people who can deliver. I mean, there's like Isidore earlier on said earlier on. There's nothing that we don't have the solutions now. I mean, there's nothing we are doing that other people have not done. If it's democracy, it has been done. It has delivered for other countries. The problem is that the leadership or the people in political offices in Nigeria don't have that capacity to deliver. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, it's not as if we don't have the people who can deliver Nigeria. We have millions of them. But then the few who are running the affairs of Nigeria are the people who cannot even run a family. Okay. So that is our problem. And again, they tend to make entrance into political sphere. I mean, you hear people talking Nigeria, the youth should join politics. You cannot stay abroad and you criticize the government. Come and join us. Come and be part of it. The problem with that is, if you go there and want to be part of it, it becomes a problem. Let me tell you the reason why we see somebody like, and I will give this as an example, you see somebody like Dino Melaye or Ben Bruce, when they stand on the floor and talk, you think they are the most intelligent people Nigeria can produce. It's because they speak in English.
Exactly.
Fani Kayode, when he speaks, you think he's the most intelligent person God ever created. It's not that. It's because he can speak English. But then, and you see them as stars, but then they cannot deliver because they don't have the antecedent. They have not done it before. The essence of getting into politics in Nigeria is for somebody to get rich. It's not to deliver what, I mean, like again, when I said there is nothing to solve in Nigeria, everything has been solved. You just need to go and take the template from somewhere it is working. So are you telling me that we don't have enough engineers to deliver 24/7 electricity in Nigeria?
I see.
So are you telling me that we don't have people to write the best laws in Nigeria? We do. But the problem is the people who are in political office who are supposed to deliver these things. So you have you have some people in ministries who are directors who purportedly are supposed to be the experts. But my dear brother, look at any document.
Sorry, Doc, I'm gonna stop you here.
From any ministry.
Isdo, can you jump in, please? Isdo, can you is it true? You know, like I said, many schools of thought are beginning to doubt, you know, because a case like Nigeria can make people say anything. Is it true that the black man has a problem with governing himself?
Nah, that's nothing to do.
No. The thing is that he's making, I agree with the point that he's making, and I think he's making this point from a place of, you know, an engineer, based on his background, you know, research and all that. You need to understand that you get to a certain stage in life, you are looking for problems now to solve, because when you solve problems, you make money. It's probably what it is. So every problem we see in Nigeria is a problem that we are going to solve. I don't see personally, you know, from where I'm coming from. I've never grown up or raised myself to feel anybody, you know, is superior in terms of mindset, color, or anything. I was never exposed to that, you know, so I don't see any color in that. And maybe that could also explain why in my education, I always aspire to go to the best schools, because I believe about sitting down, understand the courses, write the exam, and pass it. But we are done with school now. So the question is, why are we not changing Nigeria? There was something again Inaya pointed out, you know, regarding that mistrust. It's critical, you know, and so between the extreme of somebody, we have a pool of very capable people, and then that extreme where we will keep using the wrong people because we have mistrust. What we have not done in Nigeria, which I believe was very significant, that was even when we were doing in South Africa, truth and reconciliation. Now, when I also came to, I'm trying to make you understand how you come together, accept yourself.
It's been done before. That has been done before, Justice. So
no, wait. Again, let's be realistic. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. You know, that was political. Even the other one, the Goodluck Jonathan, people were all sleeping. The point I'm making here is that there's something we call I witnessed Rwanda's own. I have not seen, these are spirituality is more powerful than logic. So you have not, Nigeria has not gone through that spiritual journey where the people who did whatever they did wrong to whichever section of Nigeria has come out and shared it and said, okay, we did this thing wrong to our brother. Nobody has done it. And everybody is being political about it. We don't need to do that. You know, if we did something that was wrong, we should do it. That is what, when you see white people laugh at us, say we can't solve our problem, they know that all these things we are doing is waste of time. When there is peace, when there is unity, spiritual unity, and its support, you know, recognition and acceptance among ourselves, you will see, how do we even think America went to the moon? It was because they felt challenged by Russia. They came together, the president said, we are going to the moon. All of them felt fired up. You know how many Americans that died? Even a rocket blew up in their face. This team went to that moon. So those spiritual component of unity is always missing, and very little ordinary Ruga, which we are supposed to support. If you see that Ruga, we are supposed to provide a technology as Easterners. We are technology people. We are supposed to provide a technology to make that Ruga effective. But it was messed up because the intention of the Ruga was originally wrong. Invasion, people are coming in. And again, I say something about that people move to the north in droves and even in Lagos in droves. And I want you to understand that there is also something about a mass number of people moving from one region to the other. It will raise questions. So yes, I don't agree that we black people cannot govern themselves. But if I look at what happened in Cameroon recently, England and France are just dragging territory. But northern Cameroon is killing their people. Now I'm going on, I'm an adult now, I'm saying, but no, I know what is going on. This has nothing to do with Cameroonians as black people. It's England and France dragging territory. But when it is happening in Canada today, so you see why white people laugh at us. In that context, I agree with them. Quebec side is French. Ontario and British Columbia is English. You know that if the balance is not maintained in Canada, Quebec still has the right to secede. They have it retained today. So the other part of Canada is investing. Federal government of Canada is investing in making sure that Quebecers don't leave. You get my point? So if we don't get to, and they are investing in this, and the country is growing, everybody is carrying. If you seem like it's gone through English, they will come and front referendum, and the balance will be restored. So if you see, we need to start thinking that this is what white people do. It's not about education or whatever. If you don't understand the importance of unity, that everybody needs to be strong. If you don't understand that, then everything is a waste of everybody's time.
Thank you, Iso. Barrister, what do you think? Do you really believe, if you can make it snappy, do we believe that a black man cannot really govern himself? I mean, that's what many people think.
Yeah, I think it's a fallacy that on its own, because I'll tell you something that happened when I arrived UK in 2010 for my master's. Fresh from Africa, I thought I was coming to a white university, so I got here, and the first day I came to lecture, were 17 students, 10 of us were Nigerians. We had 6 lecturers, 4 of them were Nigerians.
Wow.
Now you begin to ask yourself, I have come and I've paid £14,000 to get a master's in a white man's country, and my more than half of my class are blacks. More than half of my teachers are blacks. What does that tell you? It tells you that the problem is not with the color of the black man. Now the problem is where that black man is, the position of the black man, the environment. What happens in Nigeria? Now when you look at a country like Nigeria, you see that because the system is not working, the best people are leaving. Even that's what happened during slave trade. If you're not strong, you're not sold into slavery. They were buying the strong people. Now strength is
Really?
Really? Yes. Nobody will buy a weak slave. They buy the strong people. So you see that the problem is not the black man, but where the black man is and what is around him. Now when we're expecting development in Nigeria, let's take, for example, let's pick out the police.
Okay.
Look at the Nigerian police.
Okay.
We have so much divided Nigerian police. We have brought out EFCC, we have brought out civil defense, we have brought out Federal Road Safety Commission, all from that same police. Okay. Now, if we had invested the money that we put in EFCC, in the police itself, give them training, they will still do a good job. So we bring solutions with no intent.
But remember some schools of thought. Remember some schools of thought could argue that creation of these other ancillary bodies are, could be creating jobs, which is one of the problems.
We're not talking about
problems we have in Nigeria.
We're talking about solutions.
I don't agree.
We're talking about the job of the police. Okay,
yeah,
so you have left. Yes, we have left the core Nigerian police. We have left it. You know, we have lost faith in it, and that is why we want to create a new body out of it that will chase cybercrime, that will chase more serious crime. We don't have faith in the road transport, the transport department of the police. We have lost faith in them. We are creating road transport, Federal Road Safety Commission. You know, these are police departments. Now, what the point I'm trying to make is that if we combine the money that we spend in all these organizations and train and maintain the police, it will interest you to know how much a police officer takes home every month end. Some police people sew their own school, police uniforms, and these are people you expect to curtail crime. So you see, these are the factors that we have.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that argument. I'm sorry. I don't believe.
Yeah.
I believe that the behavior of police in Nigeria, why they are ineffective, is two things. Number one is our honor system, which we have not defined what it is. We don't know what our value system is. You know, to go to honor system. That's one. Then for me, policing has to be very close to you. You cannot send someone that does not understand.
I'm going to come to that question. I don't want
to lose my chain of thought because I've researched Nigerian police. We need regional policing, and at the same time, we need to define what our value system is.
That is a different thing. That's a different thing. The structure of the police is a different thing. And the way the police itself, even if we have a regional police, that means we'll have regional EFCC. So I'm talking about the police itself, okay? If it's going to be regional, if it's going to be central, that's a question, that's another question. But I'm saying the police.
Chris, can you jump in?
Yeah, I want to say something. Anyway, you made very, very good points. But you see, we still come back to that point of capacity of leadership.
Exactly.
They know what they are doing. I'll give you a typical example. It happened during the Jonathan time. Young children in the north were being left to fend for themselves, and they called them Almajiri.
Yeah.
We had a problem of insurgency in the north.
And they were used.
Now, if you had capacity. I mean, the decision of the president at the time is to build what they call Islamic schools. Yeah? Now, they went and built schools. But then that is not education. That is not the solution. Because at that point where you built the schools, do you have the teachers who actually have studied Islamic studies? You can study Islamic studies, but then you are not a teacher of that particular trend of education. So building the schools at that point doesn't really matter. It hasn't solved the problem. You still put these kids in there and they still become useless.
Okay, hold on.
Don't have the people.
Okay, wait. So my contribution to that is this: as far as that Amaju school situation was concerned, I don't believe that doing it then is wrong. He did it. What we do not always have is that feedback mechanism. There is supposed to be an auditing process, a review of effectiveness process. Nigeria, we don't have that. Something should say, okay, what are the metrics we set out for this school? Okay, we will come back in 2 years to assess our ability to have met those metrics.
It's not the point I'm trying to make here is, for example, Eninia talked about the police.
Okay.
Now, you have a system where the government, a budget comes out, just money, just what they spend for overhead, just to pay salaries, take more than half of the national budget.
Okay.
Now, it's because the government is too massive. And the reason why the government is too massive is when people who are leading solve problems by creating more bureaucracy.
Okay.
An example is that of the police he talked about. If the police is not functional, it's not because of lack of, maybe because of lack of numbers, as an example. If it is lack of numbers, you don't need, let me finish. You don't need to go and create a civil defense corps. You don't need to create, if you go to the airports, you have another, there's a new outfit that works at the airport with uniforms. So you're getting into Nigeria, for example, from the United Kingdom or from America or wherever you're coming into, for example, an airport. You see people in uniforms, more than 30 different sorts of uniforms. So you're just creating a whole lot of bureaucracy. But then the problem and the reason is that the people at the helm don't know how to solve problems. Now, even if you take the template from the West, it cannot be functional in Nigeria when you don't have those constants. And those,
okay, so let's assume, okay, hold on, let's assume that we will have these people at the head. Let's assume that it is going to be a constant, that these people are going to be at the head. What is missing in their process and in the setup and in the operation, right, that is making whatever vision they have to be ineffective?
What three of us have been saying here, one thing we have come to agree is that the problem of Nigeria is the process of selection of leadership. Okay. Now, the process is faulty. Okay. Now, if you look at the presidents we have had, all the people who had wanted to be president, who prepared themselves to be president, have never been president. Look at Awolowo. Look at Abiola. Look at who? So at the end of the day, we have more presidents that are being appointed by some people. Okay? Now, so these presidents, they have not really prepared themselves. If you look at Donald Trump, some people like him, some don't. But it took him about 20 or 30 years to get to where he's going. If you look at the last president, he started working, he knew where he was going to. But we have people who, just because one or two or three powerful people know them, they say, oh, let's use him, let's make him. And they say, okay, this man from Lagos should give us vice president. This man from Kaduna should give us president. This one should give us vice president, deputy senate president, and all that. Now, we've not had people who have intention, will, and idea of where they want to take Nigeria.
Hello, viewers. Thank you for staying with us on the show. As you can see from the show, it's obvious to you that there are several factors which have caused people to doubt the ability of Nigerians to govern themselves, and you could extrapolate it to, the wider Black African continent, our ability to govern ourselves. So the panel has told us today that there are issues such as the lack of competence on the side of our leaders. They've also questioned the credibility of our election process, or the process of selecting people to, work into elective positions. They've also questioned the lack of preparation on the side of some of the people who have put themselves forward over the years to, lead the country. They've also questioned if some of our leaders have visions at all, or if they had visions, when they put themselves forward to be elected into offices. They've also questioned the bastardization of structures. You could see them talk about things like the police, which has been, from which several units have been created into other bodies, and these things they believe are things that other people see, and they question our ability to work with structures that can, get ourselves onto the track of development. They've questioned the lack of intention from our leaders to actually develop the country or to develop our continent. So when you look at these things, you could agree a little with the people that question our capacity, our credibility as a people to move ourselves forward. So the question now is, you, from your little corner, what are you doing about this? Do you just sit down there and say, no, it's left for them? What are you doing? 2023 for Nigeria is around the corner. And that is another opportunity for us to get it right, for us to elect leaders that can move our country forward. So think about what you're going to do to help us get leaders that are credible, that are competent, and that have the capacity, and that are prepared, and that have the vision to take our nation forward. So thank you for watching us today. Until next time, we are going to bring you another very wonderful topic titled, Is Nigeria Still the Giant of Africa? Because several things have happened in recent past that, we people are beginning to question if we are still the giant of Africa. So thank you for watching us, and continue to subscribe to our show. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the screen. Thank you. Bye.